Mr. Payne, thank you for sitting down with me before we get started with practice. I appreciate you.
Of course, coach.
Now, if you would, just go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
Um, Name's John Payne the third. Born in Havelock, North Carolina. Uh, One of my favorite loves is football. Ever since I could really think for real. So currently in the Army, about to get out, trying to use this as some leeway to get into college football.
And speaking of Army, thank you for your service.
I appreciate
I know
that.
not everybody wants to do military, so
Yeah, it's rough,
we
but
appreciate it.
you get used to it.
Now, going off what you just said, you're trying to use this as a platform to further your career, possibly to college.
Yep.
Any colleges you have in mind that you would particularly like to go to, or you just kind of open to any college that's
Any college that's willing to take a chance on me, I give them 150. So
now it's been said that we have connections with somebody in Georgia Southern to help y'all get on as a walk on. How would you feel about playing for Georgia Southern?
if Georgia Southern want me, I'm definitely 130,000 willing to do it. That's always been a dream just to play college football. Like I'm not expecting to go to the NFL, but just to experience that college life is something that I always kind of wanted to do. So
Now you're still a young man,
yeah,
with plenty of opportunity. Now you said you feel like NFL is off the table.
I don't just be realistic. I mean, if the opportunity is given to me by God, then man, I'm taking it. I don't care where I got to play at. If I got to play long snapper, I'll do it. Honestly, so
Now you originally came to the team year two. You showed up for a few practices and then just kind of disappeared.
yeah, I did. I
If
did.
just kind of explain that a little bit.
Honestly, at the time I was like 130 pounds weight. I was coming off a femur injury. I had broke my femur. So honestly, it was just more of I couldn't give the team 150 when I know I was giving out 50. So I made sure I had to go back to the gym, get my mind right, get my mental right, and make sure I actually knew what football was. I had to leave it alone to make sure it loved me back. So
The
yeah,
mental is definitely a big part of the game. Now here we are at year five of the organization. You're stationed at Fort Stewart. There is another team that is closer to you. What made you want to come back and be a Bronco versus going to a team that's a little bit closer?
structure, that's a big one. Very much structure. The coach I love it. Everybody holds himself accountable, and it's actually people on the team that want to win just as bad as me because I'm very competitive. So the fact that it's not just me out there, just come on, man, I'm trying to win. It's more other people bringing themselves together and just want to win. Like that's what I like.
Now, obviously, it's been a little bit of a struggle getting some of the big boys to show up to practice up
Yeah.
front. So, in that aspect, what keeps you coming back and have the confidence that the team's going to be right by the time the season starts?
The competitive nature, honestly. To be honest, it's just more of I know I'm gonna get good work when I come out here, even though some days it might be less people, some days it might be more people. I know that is some structure that I know I can learn something every time I come out here. So
Now, Coach Alex was kind of blindsided with the head coaching opportunity. He originally came on as an assistant DC. The DC unfortunately had some family stuff that pulled him away from the team. So Alex stepped up and became the DC, and then was again thrown into the head coaching spot on the spot, and he accepted it, no issues. How do you feel like Coach Alex has done since taking over?
man, where he at? That man right there, that man, I'm telling you, that man's he's something else. But it's just you can tell when somebody's not faking. Like honestly, you can tell when somebody really loves the game. And the respect I have for him is out of this world. All the coaches I have a lot of respect for, but he just like you can tell he stays up late at night trying to think of the best way to win, and that's really all I can ask for real.
Now he's a Tampa Bay fan. Do you think that handicaps him?
Yeah, I mean he ain't no Ravens fan, he ain't no Lamar Jackson fan, but he my coach, so I rock with him. So
Now, as a wide receiver, we have a plethora of receivers. Some have went to the DB position to kind of free up some space on that wide receiver side of the ball. What do you think separates you from some of the other guys in that position?
Also learning the defense too. Um, Hands and my route running. I feel like my route running gets me a lot more open. And honestly, I feel like the more I've learned a defense, the more I can understand where people are going to be at. Because it's 11 people on the field. 11 people ain't going to collectively do something all at once. They're not going. Somebody's going to be out of place. So once you find that one person that's out of place, you can capitalize off of that. And that's what I like about playing wide receiver because it's just like no matter how much you try to run a cover three or a cover two flat or a cover one robber, I'm still gonna find some type of way out of that.
Now, originally we were going to be in the SLAA. They had some issues, and they decided that it was better for them to take this season off due to some personal problems. So we joined the Tri-State minor league football organization. Unfortunately, we came in kind of late.
Yeah.
So our schedule, when it was made, we got the bye week as our first week, and then we played 9 straight games. How do you feel like that's an advantage, a disadvantage, and how do you feel like the team should attack playing 9 games straight?
Honestly, a whole lot of stretching and a whole lot of getting our minds right. I don't feel like it's a disadvantage. I don't feel like it's an advantage. I feel like we just got to prove that we're worthy of being in the league. And I feel like with the people on the team, I feel like we got that. I trust all my teammates actually. So I feel like we can do something with that.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, we did a joint practice out here with the Hilton Head Sharks. Unfortunately, I had to leave early, but from what I was told, the joint practice went well.
It did. It
And,
did.
obviously, and that was before we found out we were going to be in the league with them.
Yeah.
And now that we are in the league with Hilton Head, how do you feel like that joint practice is going to play into the regular season when we play them twice?
I feel like it's gonna work good because we already see everybody out there. We see how everybody's gonna play. I feel like everybody on the team. I feel like we got a brotherhood. Honestly, I feel like it's a brotherhood because we know some people can cover up for somebody. Like say if Tanner was running a deep zone, you have Futch come in and replace the curl flat. It's like so many good people. It's crazy. I ain't even gonna lie. I really like this team. I ain't gonna lie.
Some people see the teams in this league and they say that some of the teams are walkover teams, teams that are just a small bump in the road, a small little pothole. And I personally played against some of these teams, like the Ren Colts, Hilton Head. I played for Hilton Head. Ren Colts aren't just a lay down team. They got some hard hitters on there. And unfortunately, I never had the pleasure of playing against the Augusta Braves. But seeing the schedule and the teams on there, obviously you've done some film study with some of the other guys.
Of course.
How do you feel like we're going to match up against some of these other teams in the league?
I feel like we'll match up good, honestly, because at the end of the day, don't treat no team like they're trash. Everybody come out there to win. Everybody coming out there to score. So I mean, once everything's gonna be good. I feel like I said, this team is good. I don't feel like we're gonna have a bump in the road. I feel like if we do have a bump in the road, it'll be corrected quickly, honestly, because everybody holds themselves to a high standard. So
Now, talking to some of the other guys from other teams, especially guys on Hilton Head, when I brought up the conditioning that we do, the 121s,
yeah,
they were kind of shocked and didn't understand what 121s were. How do you feel about the 121s?
honestly, it gets you right. It gets like it's like a nice little gives you a nice little motion. It gives you make you sweat a little bit, make you know you about to go into practice. It's a good little vibe. I don't like them, but it gives you a nice little start to the practice. Let's see how your legs feeling. You feel me? So
If there was any exercise on the 121s that you would change, what would it be?
I ain't gonna lie, them lunges kind of hard on the knees sometimes. We really get into it.
Well, we changed it from up downs to lunges because some
Woo!
of the bigger
I take it
boys
back. I take
some of
it
the
back.
bigger boys' bellies were hitting the ground before the rest of their body. So
Whew, yeah. I mean, I really wouldn't change it. That's just the least favorite. I like all of them, honestly. I don't very much want to change it.
last question before we get into practice. You've seen the teams in the league. You've seen our practices out here. How do you feel? the team's going to do as far as record wise? What do you think the record is going to be for the team?
We're gonna be in the top 5 for sure. I can feel that. Like, because everybody here dogs. Ain't nobody. Everybody just want to win, and it's like it's a cool feeling knowing that you're not the only person. Because I used to play semi-pro in Kansas, and it was just me and my homeboy Tyree and my homeboy Will. We was the only 3 people that seemed like we wanted to win. So now when it comes, it's a different vibe because it's like I'm not the only person, and it feels so good to know like everybody coming out here to ball. So
Yeah, but with a 9 game schedule, and again those 9 games being played week after week after week with no break, what do you feel like the record is going to be for this team?
how many games we got?
9.
9. I only want to see 9-0 realistically, but the lowest I say will go probably 6-3. That's just me being generous, honestly.
Well, good deal. Thank you for sitting down with me.
Yes, sir.
Let's get to practice.
Let's get it.